What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus check update, and stimulus package update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to subscribe down below right now as it's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new videos that come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date here with everything. And also, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. We have a whole new wave of stimulus checks being proposed here on the federal level and on the state level. Some people actually could be receiving two sets of stimulus checks here now, being called gas tax stimulus checks or even anti-inflation stimulus checks. And some are actually being passed right now and actually going through right now and actually going through right now. And there's a couple different types of stimulus programs going through right now. We'll go through some of them here in this episode here on our YouTube channel. And we're going to go through, I'll show you them right here on the screen. If you've been watching my channel here for a while, you know, I like to show you things right on the screen so you know everything I'm saying to you is true. That's just how I do things here on my YouTube channel. If you've been watching my channel, I'm all about the truth here on our YouTube channel. So we got a lot to cover here today. There's just so much going on here with inflation right now and with the war in Russia just exacerbating everything right now. It's crazy. Inflation, as you know, last month, the February inflation rating was 7.9%. The highest it has been in 40 years. 40 years. And honestly, the March inflation rate is probably going to be worse. Probably going to be worse. And we know that gas alone, which is just one part of inflation, has just been out of control. Out of control. Now, gas prices have come down a little bit. Check this out, actually. Okay, you could see the national averages of gas prices here. 427. Come down a little bit, not much. You can see here a week ago, that was the all-time high, 433. So it's come down 6 cents. Not very much relief. Not very much relief. I've actually seen some people say that they've seen in their areas gas come down 20 cents. So it really just depends on your area. Really just depends on your area. I'll scroll down here a little bit for you. You could see a month ago it was 352. Now it's 427. What is that here? That's 50, 70, that's 75-cent gain in 1 month. And honestly, the only thing that's happened in the last month is the war, you know, Russia against Ukraine, which is just absolutely terrible. And it's affecting us all. It's affecting us all. So that's why it's not just their war, it's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody. Um, and honestly, it's just the problem here is how long is this going to last? How long is this going to last? And the price of oil here, remember, this is traded on a global market. And this has actually come up, okay, here in the last day or so. Remember, this is traded globally, not just here in the US. Remember, we're not buying Russian oil anymore. You can see here, this has come up here in the last day. Remember, this was down below 100. WTI crude about 105, 104.9, and Brent crude now up to just under 108. So this is 107.8. But remember, the high on this was just under 140. It was like 139. Okay. So we're still down, you know, almost 30%. Because remember, this was almost 140, 139. So still significantly below the highs of where this was here. Okay. So still significantly down um, from where we were, from where we were. And, you know, really these gas prices should be a lot lower. They should be a lot lower. Diesel's actually come down almost 10 cents from where it was a week ago. So that should help. Again, it's got to come down a lot more though. It's got to come down a lot more for us to see more of a difference. But where we're going to start seeing a lot of help here is we're starting to see stimulus checks passed and proposed on the federal level for everybody and on the state level um, in multiple different states. In multiple different states. In fact, I'm going to go through several of them here alone. We have in Minnesota, they have just proposed a $500 and a $1,000 stimulus check in Minnesota. I think it's for just under 3 million people in Minnesota. So it's for a lot of people in Minnesota. So yeah, you can see here. This is from this article here from yesterday. The governor of Minnesota favors $500 stimulus checks per person, $1,000 for a married couple, not a gas tax holiday to ease pain at the pump. Different states are doing it different ways, and as I've said, if you watch my channel here, I think that the checks directly to the people, you get it right away. You can use it for anything. You can use it for rent. You can use it for groceries. You can use it for gas. You can use it for medicine. You can use it to help out your sick grandma. You can use it for yourself. You can use it for anything. Stimulus checks are better. It's been proven. Studies have shown that if you give somebody cash, they can use it if they're going to be evicted. They can use it to you for that. You can use it for anything. Okay, you can use it for diapers. You can use it for food. So it is statistically proven, but nonetheless, some states are doing they're doing gas tax holidays, and some states are preferring stimulus checks. I'll go over a couple more states here in a second. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who is a Democrat, at a gas station to promote his direct payments, stimulus checks of $500 per adult and $1,000 per couple, basically for two people. Senate Republicans have given his ideas chilly reception. We've seen other Republicans from other states in favor of it, including California. They're actually in favor of their checks, favoring income tax cuts instead. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments for your state. Would you prefer a check or would you prefer a income tax cuts? Because we are seeing other states do income tax cuts as well. Minnesota governor is pushing lawmakers to pass bigger rebate checks. Remember, a rebate check is really just the same name for a check, a stimulus check, a rebate check. It's the same thing. If you hear rebate check, think stimulus check, just think check. It's the same exact thing. Instead of a gas tax holiday, as inflation surges to levels not seen in 40 years. And they're doing this on the federal level as well. We'll get to that here in a moment. So yeah, a lot of these different things. The governor proposes calls for direct payments of $500 to adults who make less than $164,400 a year. How they come up with that number, I have no idea, because that's a very specific number. And it seems like a high number. Seems like they could cut that down to a much lower number. But whatever, whatever. And $1,000 per couple. He has tripled the size of the checks since he first proposed them in January, and his administration now estimates the cost at $2 billion. $2 billion. For example, the cost of the size of California, they're going to be spending way more than that. Way more than that. But again, it goes on the size of the population of your state. Okay. California is like the 5th largest economy in the world. They're going to send out checks to like 27 million people. So again, the more people we can help for any state, for the whole country, let's do it. Let's help out as many people as we can. The checks are part of the governor's updated plan that was just released yesterday. So literally breaking news here. Politicians across the country are grappling with inflation, especially high visible gas prices. Yep. And they said direct payments would be more effective than waiving the state's 28 cents per gallon gas tax over the summer. Each state has anywhere from around like 18 cents per gallon to as high as I think California's has the highest around 51 cents per gallon. And they said it's quite a few fill-ups you could get out of $1,000 for sure, for sure. Next up, we have the state of Michigan lawmakers have just okayed a 6-month gas tax holiday. That is one of the largest. So again, it's not going to be a check in your pocket. Again, as I said, each state's doing it differently. I don't get to pick and choose how they do it. I only can now report to you what's going on here. But Michigan lawmakers okay a gas tax holiday for 6 months. 6 months. That's a long time. That's a long time. That's the largest I've seen here. However, the latest news I have here is that Michigan legislature has passed it. But the governor may potentially veto this. If she does that, does not seem like it'll be very popular with the people. Says here, a funny thing happened on the way to the GOP Senate. The Republicans passed the tax freeze, but the Democrats did not vote to make it effective right now. Michigan lawmakers voted to suspend the state's 27.2 cents a gallon gasoline and diesel taxes for 6 months, finalizing a bill that Governor Gretchen Whitmer has signaled she will veto. She will veto. The Republican-sponsored legislation was approved, and mostly party lines controlled by the Senate after the House passed it. So the Senate and the House have passed it. But the governor could veto it. It would save drivers facing the pumps about $725 million by freezing the taxes from April through September. But the governor has insisted she'd rather have the federal taxes paused because then the state wouldn't lose the money. I mean, I get it, but somebody's got to pay the money if, I mean, right? Somebody's got to pay the money to, you know, but so it'll be interesting to see if she vetoes it. She will soon veto a separate Republican-backed measure that would cut the state income tax, bolster deductions for seniors, and bring back a child tax credit. So we'll have to see what happens here. I'll keep you up to date if I see details on this. Meanwhile, in California, just as of yesterday, California taxpayers would get $400 per person or a total of $800 for married couples. So again, a pretty healthy check for every taxpayer in California. So again, if you don't normally file a state income tax for any of these if you're getting a check, if you're a gas tax holiday state, you won't need to do this. But if you don't normally file a state income tax return, you can file one if they go off the 2021 tax returns or even a 2020 tax return. You can go back and file one and just say, hey, I made $5 or I made $1 of income last year. You can do that. Again, talk to a tax professional or talk to somebody in your family or a friend who knows about taxes, who knows your personal tax situation. But I know that some people do that. Okay. And this way you would get the check. Okay. You could say, I sold $5 of income at a garage sale, and that was my income for the year. So you have some income if you don't have taxable income per se. If you only have Social Security or if you only have disability or anything like that, you say I sold $5 of something at a or at a garage sale, and that was my income. But California taxpayers would get $400 to offset gas prices. This is just going to be in a check. This is what indications say. So they're just going to send you a check. It's not going to be anything. It's not going to be like a gas voucher or anything. They're just going to send a check. It's just going to be a check. So this is basically going to be a stimulus check. It looks like $400 per person or $800 per couple is what the newest proposal here in California says. So we have a lot of different proposals that have literally come out here in like the last 24 to 48 hours here. Um, like I said, it's literally breaking news here. And honestly, we're going to probably see a lot more here. If you've been watching my channel, don't miss out on any new videos because it's just literally coming here every day because of how bad inflation is. We're going to probably see a lot more here. Don't forget here, we also have on the federal level, you can see here, Democrats have unveiled on the federal level for everybody a plan for new quarterly stimulus checks as well. This is co-sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders, by Democrat House Representative Ro Khanna, and a bunch of other people from the House and the Senate. A plan for new quarterly stimulus checks, which would be monthly every 3 months. So not every month, but every 3 months. So quarterly stimulus checks that would essentially kind of be paid for by taxing the gas companies. So gas tax stimulus checks, or however you kind of want to say that. But Democrats have an official bill to do this because, and that's where we go back to the gas discrepancy here. When we go back to these gas prices, is that gas has come down so much. Remember, this used to be the price of oil was $139. We'll just round to 140. So when we look here, it's down like 30%, almost 30% here. But yet gas has only come down here by 6 cents. You look here, the high a week ago, this was the all-time high, actually the highest price ever, 433, and yet gas has only come down 6 cents. So the question here is, why has oil come down by almost 30%, whatever that percentage is? I don't know, you could get a calculator out if you want to know the exact amount, right? And yet gas has only come down by 6 cents. 6 cents. And the reason here is that and this has been going on for years, right? But especially now, is that these gas companies are gouging Americans. They're gouging Americans. And that's just that's the problem here, is that these oil companies, these gas companies, Exxon, Shell, BP, they're just raking in the billions of dollars. They're just raking in the billions of dollars. And the problem is that it gets exacerbated when something happens like the war, um, which honestly is probably going to go on for a while. It's probably not going to be ended this week. Um, Latest indications show that the war in Russia could go on for a minimum of 2 months. A minimum of 2 months. That actually some EU countries say that Russia could do this for 2 months at a minimum. At a minimum. So just imagine if you lived over in Ukraine and you actually lived there and you had to deal with that for 2 more months of bombing and trying to survive that. And imagine how terrible that would be. And then you got to think about everything else like inflation, gas. Um, this is it's a global problem, right? And I go back to that interview I heard um, from this poor um, lady who lived in Ukraine, saying, and all this because some crazy man wants to take over our land. It's just really sad, really sad. So and the whole world is dealing with this, right? I mean, all of Europe is, you know, on the brink of this. The United States is feeling this as well. I mean, gas is up 75 cents in 1 month. Food is up. I mean, everything is up, right? And there's also fear of World War III, legitimate fears. I mean, even our government has said that, right? I mean, you got to think Alaska is literally right next to Russia. I mean, you can ice skate over. So Yeah, let me know your thoughts here. I'll keep you up to date. There's a lot going on here with everything. So don't miss out on any new videos. I will keep you up to date here. Honestly, over the course of the next few days, there's going to be probably a lot of announcements with new stimulus checks, gas tax holidays, and ways to put more money back in your pockets here on the state level and the federal level here from lawmakers. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything here on our YouTube channel. Make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't yet. We just passed 400,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribing is completely free to do so. All it does is make sure that you will see our videos and you won't miss out. After subscribing, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get reminders. And you can click here to watch my newest video next. And you can click here to see details on the potential $3,600 checks that could be or that are being called upon. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.